But, you know, when you listen to this kid talk right prior or at the combine about if you want a new culture in your locker room, I'm the guy to do that. I can turn it around. I mean, he's very high on himself.
If you ain't trying to change the franchise or the culture, don't get me. So you should know history repeats itself over and over and over. And I've done it over and over and over. So it should be no question why an NFL franchise should pick me.
I don't want that guy. I don't want this kind of person in our entitled person on our team.
Damn, an interview. That doesn't, okay. You're gonna tell me an interview, because typically what they say, Paul and Joy, they don't tell you about the interview, they tell you about the board. He wasn't successful on getting on the board. So they couldn't mess with his football IQ.
Stand up, let me see your snap count. Let me be honest with me, because I see at USC, I see this guy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You ready?
Yeah. No, I want to hear the snap count.
Yeah.
Really? Every time?
Every time.
Do you have like a dummy clap or anything?
Yeah, we call it purple.
What's that? No shit.
Yeah.
For 3 years, you've been clapping. I think I could do that.
Let me hear it.
No, I ain't doing it.
They couldn't do that. They couldn't do it, so they had to switch it to the interview and say he was arrogant because he came in with a chain on. Oh, okay. So he came in with a chain on. Big deal. He didn't slouch in his seat. He didn't walk out of the meeting room early. He didn't come late. Those are the things that make you worry. But having a conversation with you and telling you that he's going to change your franchise like he did Jackson State and like he did at Colorado, I want that on my team. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not gonna punish him and dock him because of that. I'm like, yeah, I got me a dog here.
We're now tuned in to the Dark Times channel.
And so here we go again, back with another one. Welcome back to the Dark Times channel. And I want to do a follow-up video on the aftermath of Shedeur Sanders sliding in the draft the way that he did and in the fashion that he did. And a lot of people are interpreting this situation for exactly what it is.
They prefer black success stories that starts from a struggle.
What you're doing is so great. To open up your home to him, and honey, you're changing that boy's life.
Smile at him. It lets them know you're their friend.
Some player coming from a single parent home, poverty, dysfunction.
School gym's closed. Why were you going to the gym?
Because it's warm.
So they can look at themselves as being the savior.
From what I've read in the book, a lot of that stems from how you were portrayed in the movie The Blind Side, and that people might have the wrong idea of your personality, number one, that you were this kind of shy wallflower, that you were timid and you had to be kind of like drawn out of your shell.
This team is your family, Michael. You have to protect them from those guys. Are you going to protect the family, Michael?
Yes, ma'am.
Good boy. Good boy.
I think it took away the hard work and the dedication that I created from a child, and going to school in the 3rd grade, getting myself up. First one in the locker room, last one out. And I think the biggest for me is, being portrayed, not being able to read or write.
You're still not cutting it in my class.
Why does admissions do this? I mean, it's not fair to us or the boy. Just setting him up to fail.
He has a measured IQ of 80, which is 6th percentile. His grade point average begins with 0.
2nd grade, I was doing plays in front of the school. And I think that's one of the, when you go into a locker room and your teammates don't think that you can learn a playbook, that weighs heavy. You have to understand, before I moved in with the family, I was an All-American. That's what I want the generations behind me to see in this book right here, to understand that you don't have to have someone save you and rescue you to go out and be successful.
Kids will make us all famous.
And so Shedeur Sanders sliding all the way to the 5th round wasn't just about football in a lot of people's opinions. And they wanted to remind Deion Sanders that no matter how many wins he racked up, no matter how many programs he changed around, no matter how many young black men that he uplifts, there's still an unspoken line that they don't want him to cross. And that's unapologetic, unfiltered, unbought leadership and leading on his own terms. There's a lot of different roles that young black men can play in the game of football or in the game of sports, period. But savior isn't one of those roles. That's reserved for certain people. And they want Shedeur to remember that. And they want Shedeur to struggle just enough so they can come in and swoop him and say, hey, we saved him. We saved him from Deion Sanders. This kid was arrogant. He was entitled. But the NFL saved him. We humbled him. And now look at him. He's an NFL quarterback. He's a starting NFL quarterback. It wasn't Deion. It wasn't Colorado. It was us. But here's the problem with that. In case some of y'all didn't notice, Shedeur didn't need any saving. He never did. Deion Sanders already gave him the blueprint. But those are my thoughts on it anyway. Make sure you guys keep the conversation going on below. And as usual, peace and chaos.